This turtle here basking in the afternoon sun in Nammasanki tank in Bengaluru is a red-eared slider. You can identify this species by the red mark near their ears. However, these species are not native to India, let alone Bengaluru. But now, they have taken over our lakes and temple ponds, quickly replacing India's native species like Indian flapshell and black pond turtle. So how did they end up here? The red-eared slider is a species native to southern United States of America, Central America and northern Mexico. But today, they are found in almost 21 countries, and this list is growing.
How they come to different parts of the world is through pet trade.
That is Sneha Darwadkar, a herpetologist and the co-founder of Freshwater Turtles and Tortoises of India. She has been working with turtles for more than a decade.
These species, when they are sold in the markets, they are sold as really tiny babies, like, hardly few centimeters. And kids see them, or even people see them, and they're like, oh, these are really cute animals, let me buy them. But they don't realize that these turtles actually grow quite a lot. Like, they can grow up to 30-35 centimeters, and that's quite a large size to keep in a house like that. And they don't realize the amount of time, the amount of effort, the amount of money it goes in keeping these turtles.
That's when many people decide to leave these turtles in local ponds or other freshwater bodies. They are even found in kalyanis or temple ponds, as many believe turtles to be good luck charms, and their release is an action of punya. What they don't realize is by releasing these turtles, they might be endangering their local ecosystem, as red-eared sliders is one among the 100 worst invasive species listed by International Union for Conservation of Nature. An invasive species can be any plant or animal that becomes problematic when introduced outside of its native geographical area.
These turtles are extremely hardy. So they have generalized diet. They can consume anything from vegetation to fishes to crabs to mollusks to any kind of material. They are generalist in terms of habitat. They can survive in diverse climates, and they are extremely competitive in terms of resources. And when they are released in different kinds of habitats where they don't belong, like our country, for example, red-eared sliders are not native to our country. They outcompete the other species in terms of food, in terms of resting areas, in terms of nesting areas, and in terms of, in general, survival. They become a problem to our species. That's one of the reasons why they have established themselves in many other countries than just in the Americas.
It isn't surprising that many countries are justifiably worried about their own local ecosystem. In India, however, there aren't many studies done on the adverse effects these turtles have on the local environment, and import of the turtles continues even today. Since it is an exotic species, the red-eared slider is not covered under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Even when they are known to be kept under despicable conditions, many animal rescue organizations refuse to rescue them since there is nowhere to take them. What do you do with an alien species which does not belong here?
When we come to know so that any turtle or any wildlife is being not kept in a proper position, there's a cruelty to the animal, and the animal is not being looked after, then we, even though if it is not an Indian wildlife, we move according to the Animal Cruelty Act. Even if it is a red-eared slider, it has to be kept properly. There has to be water also, and there has to be land also, because it likes a lot of sunshine. It doesn't remain in water.
Like FTTI, me and my colleague, we constantly get pictures of turtles in really bad shape. Like, their shells are damaged, their eyes are sometimes swollen. It's really pathetic to see animals in this condition. They are invasive species, but they're still animals. Like, you don't want to see them like this. It breaks my heart.
To address this loophole of WPA, the central government has issued an advisory targeting the exotic wildlife trade recently. As per this new advisory, exotic pets need to be voluntarily disclosed so that the government can keep an inventory. The pet importer too needs to apply for a license, among other things.
As a biologist, I see it as the aim to do this was to reduce the illegal pet breeders who breed illegally and sell it in black markets, and which is a good step. It's a good first step. What next best thing would be to make it illegal to release exotic pets in the wild.
Many in India are still unaware that many of these species that they see in pet shops are not good for our ecology and they shouldn't be released. But in the meantime, if you're planning to buy a turtle, please don't.